Hello everyone, welcome back to my Road to National Master, Road to 2000. I must be honest. Um, Here. I forgot to record my last 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6 games. And as you can see, in all those 6 games, I won. I am now above 1900 ELO, and I want to show some of those games. This is the first one that I want to show, and I want to understand. So I switched my opening from the Royal Lopez to the King's Gambit. It's the opening I played before I played the Royal Lopez. I'm playing against an almost 1800 ELO player, and he played just a solid line. There is nothing to remark on that move. I just developed, and what we see is that we more or less get a Vienna, some kind of Vienna position. This is also not the right move. I need to play d4 in this position. Be aggressive, right? All right. Yeah, let's go to analysis. It's maybe better. Analysis. So let's look at the game. All right. So yeah, so as you can see, I really played well in the game. 94.6%, 2400 ELO. So my opening is not the right move for the book. Yeah, here again, this after I play knight to here, it's really nice because he can play pawn to here, and we can get this kind of position where I play. Yeah, I can play d5, but oh yeah, right, his knight is here. Yeah, I need to push here, probably knight back or knight forward. White is here a little bit better. Yeah, but where I'm referring to is after they play this, I play knight to here, they can take. Where I play d4, it's a main move. They defend their pawn because I have a bishop here. And here I play, now I need to think, was it g3 direct now at the moment, or was it, yeah, I need to play g3 now, because they can push here, I bring my knight to the rim, and they need to push here, I play knight to here, bishop to here, queen to here, long castle, and play h3, bishop to here, and break this kind of formation. They can just take the knight. There is no real issue. Most of the time, there are some kind of positions like this where white has a full center and black doesn't know what to do. Most of the time, quite passive, and we push here. Yeah, here this was of course a fork, but this is a good move, breaking this formation and then getting the bishop to here. That's just the idea of against Fischer. These are the ideas and not the actual moves. But in the game, yeah, we got just some kind of Vienna. I pinned this knight. I didn't like the knight coming to here. I think, I don't know. Yeah, I just castled. I said, just develop the pieces and look for some attack. Queen to there, I don't understand. I'm looking into the 7 for him, and then take, and maybe long castle. I thought that this was more or less his idea. White is better here. Black doesn't know what to do against this kind of structure. Most of the time I think the King's Gambit is not that regular of a an opening. So here I blundered. I play queen to e. Why did I blunder? I have just here a free bishop. That's just the reason. I didn't side. As you can see, I just thought for 16 seconds. My idea was bring the queen to here and attack. it is quite. It just. Yeah, just so bad. And now he sides, so he traded off my my knight, taking what bozo, and I just saw queen is here, knight is here. Let's bring our knight into the center. Just be aggressive. The rook can come over to this side. I think it's also a lot better than, for example, playing d3. It is a good move, but this is being aggressive. And alright, here I was thinking, I think d3 is a little bit more sound than queen to g6. For the reason I think I take here, yes, pawn takes. You take, yeah, something like this. We don't even take, we bring the queen to here, attacking the pawn, of course, yes. And yeah, here we are a little bit better. We have a safe king, more easy development, and black just has a lot of targets, you can see. White's 1.5, yeah, I just think for the reason that black has a lot of targets, nothing more or less. Alright, so but I played a quirky move, you can say, sacrificing this pawn here to get to here, and yeah, maybe hook to here. And what was the idea? Just keep the knight and this position, take the pawn here, and as you can see, yeah, those pieces are just cramped and bad, and I have all this pressure. This bishop is coming, so yeah, just a fantastic position. Yeah, this is not good at all. Take, yeah, they need to take with the pawn. Right, yeah, something like this, and then maybe bishop to here. Oh, just take here. Yes, indeed. Alright, we are completely crushing here. So yeah, so that's why, and that's actually also what happened in the game. Instead of moving the rook, he castles, which is better. You can argue, but yeah, I just took the pawn here and said, take it back, which he didn't do, and yeah, we played, of course. I just take a pawn and threatening this, I take and then threatening this, so I am quite fine here. So in this case, yeah, just take the bishop, pin the queen to the rook, take the rook, take the queens, and just get into an endgame, completely winning. And that's how you play a King's Gambit against 1800. Now, my last game that I played was a Sicilian. I don't know what this is. Oh, that was not that great of a game. This was a I don't know what the games are. Here I again played with the white pieces. Yeah, so let's look at this game that I played. what were the key IDs? Yeah, right. So the key IDs. So I played E4 and I got a Scandinavian. I must be honest, I don't know what to do against the Scandinavian, so I just played really solid. So just wait for my opponent. Of course, I took the center. Yeah, just waiting for my opponent to do something, and this is what some would call what Pegasus just says, but Pegasus says just sucks. Yeah, I just say improve the pieces. Computer says bishop to d3. I was thinking about this move. Of course, this is great for white. It's some kind, yeah, but it's also great for black because they trade off their bad bishop. So so I just want to steady piece play. Put my knights into the game via Italian or Rai Lopez knight maneuver, attacking the bishop. Bishop needs to go back. So in this position, black is better, a little bit. And now the question is why. If you look at space, we could say white has a little bit more space. But when we look at, and that's a really important thing, piece placement. This knight is not great. This knight is extremely strong. This thing is the best piece on the board, together with this bishop. Those two pieces are around 4 points, you can say. This hook is the same with this hook, are more or less equal. Those pieces are more or less equal. Those are more or less equal. This knight is better as this knight, but those two pieces are better as those two pieces. But black hasn't, so black's pieces are a little bit better, but white has a little bit more space. King safety is more or less the same, so that's why black is a little bit better, I would argue, what the computer says, but around equal. Here I wanted to trade bishops, and now I thought, now black, now white is around equal, black is a little bit better. My bishop here was worse than his bishop, so I traded off, and we did go from minus 0.10 to minus 0.6. 0.06, I mean, wow. And I should have just kicked that knight out and be better, but I did. Was also fine, I think. Yeah, it's also a good move. Bishop needs to go back, and now I did make a weird move. You could say I played knight to here. The other knight needed to go to here, which is more obvious. But what I was thinking about this move, yeah, just is he plays this. And I was thinking, knight takes, king takes, double check, and mate. So that was what I was thinking about. And he played h6, and now this doesn't do anything, he can just move back. And my knight is tapped. So after that, I just retreated the knight, and black improved their position, and I worsened my position. So yeah, black is doing a good job at this moment, and the reason now we are both doing nothing moves, like you see. Black needed to take the initiative and take down my center. And then is black better, because his knight will come into the game, probably, and the space advantage white has will now be equal, where black has the better, more or less the better pieces, because I have my bishop sucks, his bishop is good, it's great, it's a great potential you could say. So that's why this is a really good move. Now that's just nothing move, and I just want to be active. So I have a great knight. This knight is better than this knight. Those knights are equal. This bishop is much better than this bishop. Queens more or less the same. So white is here a little bit better, not that much, a little bit equal. Pieces got traded. And if you look at transformation, the reason why white is better here is just we have just a great knight. That's the only reason. I'm just again thinking for black about this kind of move, but issue is this pawn hangs. But it's fine. It's an okay move. He plays the right move, and I just played for a trick. I'm going to take the pawn. He played king to here, so stepping out of that idea. Then I played queen to here. And here my opponent blundered. Pause the video and think what is my threat. Really interesting. He played the move queen to c7, threatening my knight, just attacking it again. I have bishop takes pawn. I get a free pawn. And he made again a mistake. Taking my bishop. Now I take his knight. And the reason is quite simple. That's quite simple. I had to check. King to here. Mate. So he needs to take my knight. I take the pawn. And I just bring my rooks into the game. Just trade. I'm a pawn up, and his king is weak. And yeah, that is his last mistake. I just trade rooks and I win his other rook. I've got a skewer. So yeah, so just a boring game where my opponent missed one simple threat. Really interesting. My last game, I must say, was a game where my opponent was better. It's also the longest of those games of today. He played really well. I should have lost that game. So yeah, let's analyze the game. Ooh, I just saw that I had the wrong. Yeah, this is better. Okay. Wow. So, alright, so this game we had again a Sicilian, and he played the dragon variation. And I think that all you guys know that I love to play against the knight of. I love those like these, or I love the poison pawn, where I just sack. And now I play f5. Yeah, those positions are just wild. I love them. This old theory, by the way. I know the idea is just to trade here, play my bishop to here, win this pawn back, and have just some kind of cushion attack and castle. That is the idea. And black yeah, black is a pawn up and needs to consolidate. Not easy for black to play. But yeah, he played the dragon. In my opinion, the dragon is more aggressive for black. So black is can really play on the attack. But the downside is that in the Najdorf, I think white can just play here the, what is it? Yeah, just something like this and just play a boring game. So black doesn't have an attack and white just says, you can't attack me and I will just play some kind of positional game. And it's the classical dragon. I must say, I played a few times the dragon and I really hated that variation. That's why I stopped playing the dragon. I play with white the Yugoslav attack. So just going for mate, or I'm going for an endgame, because what I expect is rook to here, bishop to here, knight to here, king to here, knight to here, take, and here I play h4. I play h4, g4 is better. Apparently, I play g4. So that's what I know, right? Yeah, I played h4, the best move, but g4 is apparently better, stopping h5. You can, I think. Alright, so, but my opponent played, in my opinion, a weird move. He took my knight. Yeah, it's really weird, because I would think that knight really likes to be on c4 and trade off this bishop. But as you can see in the game, it's a really nice idea. So he plays this rook, attacks my bishop to drops back. And he plays b5, I mean. Protected by the bishop. His idea is just to play b4. I played, I think, the main line, a3, a5, king b1, b4, take. And here I needed to play knight e2, attacking this pawn, queen to c7. And I just think that I take this pawn, but black has just, yeah, look at this. We are getting cooked. it's equal, but black has all the play in this position. So I thought, let's jump into the middle, in the center. Move is fine. It's a little bit better for black, but let us know. And here I made my first inaccuracy, a losing move. Bishop takes, for the simple reason that there is queen a5. And the idea is just simple. This, and mate. And we are just getting crushed. That's just the idea. In the game, he played, in my opinion, a very weak move. I thought after e5, white is better. And the reason why is that with e5, this bishop is blocked. So that's one attacker less on my king. And after I back down, there are only more or less 4 pieces. And I have at least 4 defenders. Which means that I need to survive. I should survive. And also this pawn is weak, and this pawn is also weak. So I thought I should survive if I survive this and those pawns fall, I win the game. So I'm just going for an endgame. And here he blundered. The right move here is queen a5. And yeah, the line that the engine gives is, yeah, let's attack. And yeah, rook to e8, threatening mate. So I need to play, I think, c3 or c4. c4 is better than c3 apparently. c4. And yeah, you're just getting getting attacked. Apparently it's king c1. Yeah, not easy at all. This is not good at all. Yeah, so that was the right move. He played bishop a4. His idea is quite simple. Take just, I think, take with the bishop, take the rook, and be, yeah, a bishop up for a pawn and a hook. And I played the best move, b3. And here I made again a losing move. Not losing, not a good move. I just should take the pawn. I was afraid of rook to b8, and I just need to pick down. And yeah, this is just good for white. My rooks are getting into the game. There is no attack. This queen is really strong, putting all this pressure, and this bishop is also nice. This bishop is, as I said, just a bad piece. So yeah, alright, so black is not fast enough for his attack. So I am happy, I'm consolidating, and I trade off my great bishop for his just bad bishop. I take the pawn, so I was happy. And here he should have just played pieces to c7, putting pressure on this pawn, and yeah, it's not easy for me to defend this all. The rook is coming, d5 is coming, and this bishop is going into the game. So here black is again equal and a little bit better. He has full compensation of the pawn for the pawn. So, but this again, his idea is too slow. He wants to bring the queen to here and checkmate me or attack me on the a file. And okay, this is the right move. I want to counterattack him on the a file, and he backs down, and I occupy this great square with my rook, putting pressure on this really weak backward pawn. Right, yeah, and here I think I played queen to d2. Yeah, that's right. Yeah, that's what I played. I should have played the really weird move c4. This appears not to be natural for me. The reason is, why am I weakening my king? But if you look at it, yeah, just there is no threat. I have my rook protecting this file. So maybe because I didn't saw rook to b5 in this position. This looks fine, but this looks, in my eyes, a little bit sus, but it's apparently totally winning. I should have played it. I was shuffling around, being too passive. It's not a great move. My queen was okay here. There's no reason to retreat. At least play that rook to c1 if I want to protect it. But yeah, this. So yeah, I played the passive move queen to e2. And rook to c1. Again, c4 was the best move. And here he I don't know why he played this move. It just looks not right. This doesn't do anything, just back down. Taking gives me an open file to attack his king. So yeah, I don't know, just a weird move. And here I played c4 because I thought my rook is here into the game, and now it's not the best move. Now it's rook to a5 apparently. I don't know what rook a5 does at the moment. I think it is going to play like this, going to a7 and take the queen and putting pressure. I don't know. Here, yeah, I just played c4. I thought maybe now it's fine because I have all my pieces here. I can hopefully protect this, those pawns. And here is first trick is taking my pawn here. This was, in my eyes, nasty. I am losing a pawn, and he's still attacking me. So that's why I thought, right, let's defend. Let's defend with queen to d3, and here I didn't see again rook to b5, not attacking the queen, and it's completely crashing. The reason for this is maybe I was too fixated on the d6 pawn that I wanted to win. Not probably, definitely. I was fixated on it, and yeah, but this is still a fine move. I'm protecting b3 and c4. Here I played rook to d1. Just I want to win that pawn, and here he played queen to b4, and now after rook to b5, the queen is more or less trapped. Wrong move. It's good. What do I mean by trapped? It has no squares to go to, and in this case, I'm just going to slowly grind this position. The queen is now out of the game, but you can try to break out. Alright, so I just took the pawn. I was brave, and I blundered a draw this position. Draw is quite simple. He checks me. The only move I can go to is to c1. c3 is also possible. But I thought after queen a5, I just need to go to here. And if I go to c1, the only drawing move is to here. If I go here, it takes my rook. Rook is defended and I lose my queen. If I go to here, it's just made in 2. So we had the draw of this, just a draw. But my opponent wanted to play for more and played queen a1, and I can just walk away, and now the queen is attacked, and soon my queen is free. I took his queen, I walked the king out, and my opponent blundered, made in a few moves, but it's completely winning. And to be honest, I didn't even start the mate. After I saw something like this, so I saw this king to here, take, go back here, check, goes needs to back here, check, and I win the rook. Oh wait, no, that's not right what am I saying. So king goes to here, I check, king goes to here, I check, king goes to here, check, goes to here, check, and blocks, and I win the rook, and he wins my bishop, but his queen has the bishop, and I just promote. just simple like that. But yeah, that's just made. And yeah, so in this idea, I thought in this case one, oh, it's even better. You will play here, I play check. He play here, plays here, and I take his rook. And now I'm just a full queen up and 2 pawns. Instead of saying that this made one. But my opponent resigned in this position, so I am happy. Thanks for watching. Hope you learned something. I'm after my university work. I'm going to make 2 courses free on YouTube. One about the King's Gambit, and there are some other channels that have that content, but they don't recommend the right variations. So, so to show you guys, those who are still watching, the variations I mean are, in this case, the main variation. So after this move order, there are 2, there are 3 moves actually. There are even more moves. I know it's the bishop's. Oh no, the bishop's gambit is here. Bishop to c4. That's the bishop's gambit. No, but in this case, it's called the king's knight. It's just the normal king's gambit. After onto here, the main move is h4, but I recommend the great variation with knight to c3. Why? Just the simple idea. After this horrible move, just go knight e5. This pawn is hanging. Can't really defend it, and you will just have a really nice position with the full center. Those pawns are weak. Yes, black is a pawn up, but we have all the play in this position. And alright, yeah, this is a really nice step. I will show it. So in this case, is it g3? I think it's g3. No. Need to. I don't know anymore, but there is a variation where the queen takes the rook here, and we mate the king. But I don't know if it's in this variation. I don't know. Interesting. Also, so that this I recommend, and I will make a course about it. Why? In the main move, the main line like this, and then d5, if I remember correctly. No, not d5. Knight f6. I mean, of course, defending this pawn. Bishop to f4 is the main move. Now d5. Pawn takes. Bishop to here. d4. And here my memory fades. Oh yeah, alright. The computer helps me with knight, of course, protecting this pawn. This pawn is protected by the bishop. It's not protected, but we can take it if I remember now. Short castle. Yes, this was yeah, this were the variations. They are really messy, but in essence, what I say, I think the book I covers queen to e1, but I don't know. I don't know anymore. But I don't play this anymore because of those bad variations. And then we have also the d4 variations, but they more or less transpose, but the knight on c3 helps defending the e4 pawn, and therefore is a little bit better in my opinion. Alright, so that's what I want to show. And the other course that I am going to make is we will now turn around the board. Where do I do? No. Here. Right, so I will make a course about you never guess it, the neither of. I'm an idiot. Right, about the neither of. And I'm going to share to you guys what I recommend against for the neither of. And I'm now going to show you two variations that I will cover in depth in the course. The first is the bishop g5 lines, where we will play e6, and after that we move f4, we will play h6, h4, and we play now the poisoned pawn. This is the delayed poisoned pawn, where this tempo is actually a little bit better for black in the variations. This variation I'm going to recommend because it's not that much played, and it's really sharp. White needs to know what to do. In the end game, black needs to know what to do. In the end game, in the late middle game, more or less, and in the end game, black is even a little bit better. Maxime Vachier-Lagrave played this a lot of times, and even won a lot of games, even in equal end games. But black is a little bit better, but black needs to be careful in the late middle game and in of course the early middle game also. But the same is for white. Okay, and then the second variation I will cover now is the infamous English attack, where I recommend in this position h5. It's a move I taught invented by Wesley So, and the idea is quite simple. We prevent g4, and the best move, the best idea for white is actually play bishop e2 and short castle. No white player will play bishop to a short castle. Most of them will play long castle, knight to b to d7, and more or less play maybe knight to here. We play b5, I think. No, not b5. Bishop takes, pawn takes. Now we play b5. And not b5. b5 is fine, but yeah, b5 is b5 is fine. With the idea of knight b6 and taking this pawn. But that's not the best move. If the player, for example, want to go again plan for with h3, for example with h3, we play h4, stopping this plan again, and getting this is really hard. And in the end, for example g1, we can actually castle a lot of those positions. Not in this case. Here again, I recommend b5, and we have the same idea of knight to here, and our knight is really well placed here, going for the attack. b4 is also an idea, so Yeah, most of those times, black is the one with play. So yeah, the best move, I will just say bluntly, is bishop e2, knight to b2, b2 d7, castle, and knight to d5, bishop takes, pawn takes, b5, I think. This is queen to c7, and I think short castle is fine, and together with to c1. Now I have knight to b6. So c4 protecting this pawn is better. Example a5, short castle now. Yeah, short castle now is fine. So that, and now white can play a little bit for positional grind, but there is no attacking danger. There is attacking danger, but not that much in the standard. Standard English attack, where in this position we play knight to here, long castle, and we will castle here. And they play g4, and black more or less is going to die. Yeah, we have here some interesting events, but knight to a4, knight to h5, of course queen takes pawn. Queen takes pawn. Oh no. Interesting. Queen takes pawn. We take this pawn. Queen to d2. We have a trade, and yeah, this is also fine. But this is a weakness. Those knights are going to more or less go to those positions and really irritate black, and there is still an attack. So I think in the other variation with h5, black is in no danger at all and has attacking chances if white castles long. So that's why I will recommend that variation. The other variations I need to see and to calculate, calculate, to study and discover, of course. So I will say thank you for watching and see you next time. And by the way, after those two openings, I will make also an in-game study playlist, because in-games are also an important part of the game, and I thought that Daniel Narditsky didn't finish his in-game playlist, if I remember correctly. So thank you for watching and see you next time.